Hi. Oh, Ryan left. Ari?
If he's doing what I think he's doing, I'm gonna laugh.
Spelling.
It's funny. Yeah,
So I just want to say, I know I just sent this.
if that's what's
I just sent this in
happening.
the chat as well. Oh, is he trying to make sure that he's so he's in a different order on the screen?
I'm in the right place.
Yeah, I fucking Shan was like, I know what he's doing, and I was like, oh, he's put himself in the correct order.
No, what it did is I went to open.
You are, if nothing else, consistent.
I am very consistent. I was going to open Twitch, and I used a link instead of just typing it in. And it fully was like, oh, you probably wanted to open in the SteamYard window that you're using. I was like, yeah, that's it.
Thanks.
That's what I want.
I apologize. I'm gonna put it in our private chat, but I made new music for this like 3 months ago, and I was like, "Hey, Beard, can you switch the music out and keep the thing in, and then put Shannon Richards' visual on the screen?" He was like, "Yeah, no problem." So when I put it on, I was like, "Oh no, yeah, they're gonna hear," and it was like, "Nope, fuck off." I was like, "God damn it!" I'm about to bother him about it.
Hey, I have no problem with Shannon and I being the Professor and Marianne of this group.
No, everybody gets.
It's fine.
You guys picked pictures, so you get pictures.
We're and the rest.
When I opened Twitch, speaking of new music and such, when I opened Twitch, I didn't realize that it was it showed me an ad break immediately, and I had the volume off, so I didn't realize. And it was the apartments.com ad where it's like fully like Jeff Goldblum getting off of a very Star Wars looking vessel, and I was like, wow, they fucking updated the graphics. Holy shit, this looks amazing. And then Jeff Goldblum showed up like 10 seconds later, and I was like, that
how did those assholes get Jeff Goldblum?
Man.
All right. If you didn't know, it's a Scum and Villainy. It's a Star Wars series. We're down some folks. Still got 4, so let's get into things. Might have to do a little bit of not quite retconning, but we'll have to do some little bit of shakeups. That's fine. If everyone could go around the table, introduce ourselves, who you are, who you be with, that type of stuff. Also your characters. I mean, not just you.
All right. I am Shan Townsend. I use they, them pronouns. I am currently in this particular series playing the matron. Yeah, she's a legitimate businesswoman who just likes business. That's all. She's just in this for business.
She's just gonna girl boss her way across a galaxy far, far away.
She's just gonna gatekeep girl boss her way.
What's the third one? I can never remember it. Gatekeep girl boss.
Girl boss.
There's like a third one though. That's the triumvirate.
I don't know.
Gatekeep girl boss Battlestar Galactica. I think it's from The Office.
Sure. Jesus Christ. This is why we can't have nice things, folks.
I am Richard Townsend. He, him. I am playing Owen Draz, and in real life and in Scum and Villainy, I play the spouse of the matron.
Hell yeah.
My turn. All right. Hey, Colin, everybody, what's up? He, him. I'm playing Zabrak named Sarek Sapella. He was trying to go as Crate Dragon for a while, but that wasn't sticking with anyone. So he's just going to use his regular name. He's a fringer, so he's fringing it, baby. And that's him. All right, he's on a journey. Let's see where he goes.
He's on a journey. I'm warrior. I play a Jawa. I'm taller than a Jawa in real life. His name's Honk Khaleesi. It's spelled the same every time, no matter what people try to tell you.
Yep.
And he's a medic. But really, if there's anything that any new or old viewers need to know about Honk, is that he doesn't know any of these assholes.
It's fair. This is a factual thing.
Don't know any of these assholes.
I am going to ask, like I ask every single episode, Matron, what is the name of your ship? Because every time I'm sure I wrote it down, and guess what? Every time I can't find it.
We go through this every episode, and
We
every
do.
episode I give you another name. And
I know.
give you
This
a
time,
different one.
this time I will actually share my screen if you want, because I'm typing it down and saving immediately.
I'm very sure it's the Carabas.
Well, I said it was the Carabast, and then someone came back and was like, "No, it was something else." And I'm like, "Sure, we'll go with that." And so I'm saying it's the Carabast because I like the concept of it being a foul word. Deal with it.
Yeah.
It's called the Jello salad. How do you say Jello salad in
in Star Wars?
in any?
Yub nub.
Yeah, it's the devil.
It's the yub nub.
Yub nub. That whole song was all about Jello salad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Just name the ship the Dewana Wanga.
Please no. No.
Wanga.
Those huts are bad. You know what? Don't joke. Those huts are serious business. Okay.
So
They're serious business.
we left off last time as Adjudicator Tremaine was going up to their Star Destroyer and informed you he was giving you free pass off the planet, but as he was going to bombard the Temple of the Dawn. And then he shot your ship with an ion cannon.
Rude.
And basically said over the comms, I didn't say I was going to make it easy for you. This is, but you're going to show me again why I am putting this offer out to employ you once you decide that that's inevitably what you'll want to do.
So, as I recall,
And then you, Andras, stole Jarek's shuttle.
yes, I jumped in the shuttle to see if it was still operating, and it was.
Yep, not well, but it's operating. So you got off the ground. And that's when the so while that episode was going on, Honk and Serix were back in the ship, back in the Carabas. And Honk, you had left because that crystal that you all had liberated from the Imperial Station, the abandoned Imperial Station upon when you were first doing things with Noel Yanich, had started to glow once you got planet side. And you did not want to trouble anyone about it, but also you wanted to see what was going on. So as you were kind of trying to figure this out, Serix came back in and was also like, hey, what are you doing? And you were like, nothing, shut up, close the door. So as these other events were going on outside, you were both involved in kind of checking this crystal that went from dull red to bright red and has now begun floating. What do you both see when you're looking at this crystal? What is really catching your eye about it?
Well, I'm mostly thinking about how this has got to be somebody else's problem, because nope. Probably like this feels like Jedi shit. Above my pay grade, no meat involved. I'm going to
No meat involved.
I'm gonna go find an adult.
Okay, Serix, what about you?
It looks like my favorite candy, Sizzle Rocks, and boy, am I hungry.
Okay. Are you going to try to eat?
Yeah, why not?
Please don't lick it.
It's not a small crystal. It's like it's
I put my tongue on it.
Oh, okay.
Forbidden pop rock.
It is not completely unpleasant kind of current, but as it's kind of at first like, oh, that's kind of got an interesting taste. Hey, Tarm. That's when you start to feel this pulse, and it starts in your toes and moves your way up. Honk, you witness Serix have a seizure.
Oh, fine. I suppose I should respond to this as the medic. Yeah, I'll go give him some anti-seizure medication.
So you're finding the proper stim pack combo for this. Serix, you like as this is going on, you like find yourself like you're in a temple, in a jungle area. The temple is black, of obsidian rock, and it has sigils in it you have never seen before, carved and dyed in a red. And kind of as you make your way, like you're just checking this out, and you realize like you're walking through columns, like you're just like, I'm there, but I'm not there. You see this massive glass or durasteel glass, ornately carved sarcophagus. And you look around and there's all these figures laying prostrate, humming. And you feel drawn to this thing, and you notice above it, like at the top, there's a slot, and a crystal very similar is inlaid and pulsing with a dull red light. You come close to it, and the eyes of the individual in the sarcophagus open, and that's when the stem pack kicks in, and you set up, and you're like, oh God, that was not Scissor Rocks.
Yeah.
And that's when the ship gets hit by an ion cannon, and everything powers down, and you hear everyone running on board the ship, and the galley door opens up, and Noel Yanich pokes his head in to see what you guys are doing, and he literally looks at you and says, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Well, and that's when the crystal explodes.
Oh,
And it explodes all in one area, like it's like a cone blast right at him. And he drops. And that's when the orbital bombardment starts. Matron, what are you doing? You're on your ship. Everyone except for Owen is on the ship, who's just taken off in a slightly usable shuttle. And he is exiting into the atmosphere. Your ship is dead in the water.
God damn it. Okay. Are all my systems completely down?
Well, you know it's an ion burst, so you don't know how long it's going to take to reboot all the systems.
Okay, I'm going to act under fire. I'm going to try to hotwire this bad boy as quickly as possible and just try to get it running, because it doesn't have to run forever. It's just got to get me into a hyper jump. Get me the F out of here.
Serix, what are you doing?
well, it's my time to shine. So I think what I'm going to do is jury rig something up on this ship without anyone looking at me and get us off the ground.
Perfect. Now, I think would also be acting under fire. Honk, what are you doing?
Okay, refresh my memory because it's been like 6 months. Who is Noel Yanich? Who is
Noel
this person?
Yanich is the Jedi you found in hyperspace. It had been
Okay.
dropped into hyperspace.
That's what I thought, but
Yeah,
I wanted
during
to
the Clone
okay, so
Wars.
I do care who this person is.
Yes,
I
you're
will,
actually pretty close to this individual.
I will. Yeah, I know who he is now. Okay, yeah, he'll just be like, oh shit, and he'll go see what. He'll go read the situation, I guess.
Okay, and Owen, what are you doing? You're now watching this orbital bombardment occur. One thing you do notice is the bombardment is only at the temple and the surrounding temple area. They're purposefully not targeting the matron's ship, but they're causing enough damage it could cause problems for the ship.
So the first thing I was doing was, the reason why he hit us with the ion cannon was to prevent us from tracking where he was going. I am using the shuttle to track where he's going.
How are you
boy.
doing that? Yeah, how are you doing that? Like, what are you utilizing to do that?
I am going to, let's see, would this be a trust your instincts or an act under fire kind of thing?
I think you're not under fire, so we're going to say it's a trust your instincts.
So I am going to use whatever I can. I don't care if this thing goes dead, goes dead stick. I'm going to wire up anything I can to track where the direction that ship goes.
Okay, so you are like digging through parts, and you find enough equipment that you can sort of jury rig this together, baling wire and spit, but it will require you to put it on that ship. As far as you will have to some way, some shape, drop it onto the ship and then have it stay on the ship.
All right. So this is just a shuttle, correct?
This is a shuttle. Think like the Lambda shuttle, but like 2 generations earlier.
I'm trying to remember if these things actually have an escape pod.
They do not.
Okay.
And this one definitely does not. It's had some hard times, the baby.
All right. Well, in that case then.
But I will say, and you can be as inventive with this as you like, it's full of a lot of weird shit from the unknown regions.
I am going to look for anything, and I mean anything that is sticky.
What'd you find? You tell me. What'd you find?
I will say that I found some sort of a very gooey, might have been a person at one time.
Perfect. You find in a canister, and it's warm when you touch it. Like the canister's warm, not like hot, but warm. And you kind of reach in, and it feels viscous at first, but you realize like you literally have to leave your glove inside of it. And as soon as it hits the air, it actually starts to move on its own. This appears to be some type of amoeba, some type of living, very sticky amoeba.
Perfect. So here's what I'm going to do. Since I'm leaving the one glove in there.
Old Owen one glove Draz.
So what I'm going to do then is I will attach whatever to this canister, get enough of it out, and then I am going to try and blast it out the airlock at the ship to stick to the ship.
I want you to make me 2 rolls. I want you to make me, I think we said it was trust your instincts.
Yes.
I'd like you to trust your instincts, and then I would like you to, we're going to say act under fire, because you're going to buzz this Star Destroyer.
Okay. This is D10s, right?
2d6.
2d6. Okay.
Yep. 6 or above, or 7 to 9 is a failure or partial success. 6 and below is a failure with consequence. It's so like 7 to 9 is like a success with consequence, and then above that is success. So while Owen does that, Serix, I want you to act under fire to fiddle with the matron's ship.
So with this, like rolling the jury rig thing, it says to roll plus sharp, but do I roll that with the
No, you just roll plus sharp.
Okay, all right.
So that it's a basically it's one of your class abilities.
Oh, please. Let's do 5.
Oh no! So you're trying to figure out a way to boost the power cell through to the ignition system of the ship, and you short it out.
No one was watching me though.
No,
so-
no one saw you do it. What do you want to do now? And since you failed, and remember when you fail, take a experience point.
Okay.
Because you 5 experience points, you get an advancement.
Okay. I
That
Can I
noise,
do it one
whatever
more
that
try?
was, it was like a motorcycle or something went by. That's the ship. The noise the ship made.
Yeah. It was a truck.
Could I do another try at it? Another pass?
You're not with that particular technique.
Not with that skill. Okay.
You can try something else though. While you think of that, Honk.
Yeah.
Honk, what are you doing?
Honk is examining his buddy here. He was reading the sitch. I rolled a 12, which gives me a 15 to check his wounds and shit. What happened to him? What's going on here?
I
mean, I saw the crystal explode on him, but like,
exploded into a ton of tiny particles, and it kind of bombarded his body. But when you look, you can see all the holes in his tunic, or his vest, basically, his clothes. But you look, there's no blood, and there's no crystals. It's like they integrated themselves into his body.
Is he awake?
He's not awake. His eyes are open. He's not awake, and he has shallow breathing.
All right.
Okay. Honk is going to mutter shit under his breath like a lot of times, and he will. I guess he's gonna more closely examine audio, like take the whatever Jedi linen garments off or whatever, and like
he just had normal clothes because he put away his robes and his lightsaber.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, he'll probably just cut them open with scissors because that feels very medical. And then yeah, he'll like.
So when you get a clear look at his chest where all those all that fragmentation happened, you can see these tiny little spots. They've kind of spider webbed out in kind of a purplish tone. But he appears to be just unconscious, maybe unconscious, not responsive, but he's breathing.
Is the purple shit spreading?
No, it kind of makes this initial kind of spread and then stops.
Well, I think
you kind of look over your shoulder, and the two Jedi are there, and they're both like basically concentrating over him. And Bree Boombu looks at you and says, "I think we've stopped it, but I don't know what it is."
Okay, can you Jedi suck it out of him?
Duolingo looks at you and he's like, "I'm trying to, but it's for whatever reason, it's not occurring."
Can you suck harder?
I'm sucking as hard as I can.
Okay, well, I'll take your word for it. I'll should he?
If I suck any harder, someone's liable to have an accident.
I believe you. Should I wake him up?
You
Will that
can
help.
They don't know. I mean, and you can certainly try.
Yeah, I will give him the old Pulp Fiction.
You do so your second time this episode. all you see is his pupils dilate full, and then they shrink back down. That's it.
Ooh.
No other occurrence.
Okay. He'll all right, bring him over here. Bring him over here. he'll like have the Jedi like float or light as a feather, stiff as a board. Him
Well,
all
you
the
guys
way
just pick him
over
up. I mean,
to okay, well I thought that would be more fun, but okay, and then he'll to the like
well, probably
medic,
Duolingo probably would show off his telekinesis.
yeah,
Kind of
to
guy.
the medic area, and he'll get Tubi to like run
So-
some diagnostics and whatnot.
Tubi is not here that I'm aware of, and this is the matron ship. So
Okay.
so like the medical area is very sparse and no electronic. Tubi wouldn't be working right now anyway because he would have got hit with the ion blast.
Okay, I didn't. Okay, we're all on the same ship. Okay, yeah, he'll. Can I? So, can I like roll to examine him like medically? Like that's a thing I can do.
Yes, of course.
Cool.
Tell me, are you like what exactly are you looking for?
He is looking to see if he's looking for two things. He's looking to see if he can arrest or reverse what the absorption, and he is also trying to see if he can find any like pieces of it so he can examine it and see if he can space up some magic medicine or whatever.
Yeah, no, perfect.
Okay, let's see. That is a 7.
It looks like the best you can tell is a situation you have no idea about. No one would. You're getting the impression this is
Sure.
probably something that doesn't occur. His body is
bad.
almost like metastasized all of the crystalline substance. So you can't find a way to pull it out. And you find like when you try to kind of take a sample where the kind of the spider webbing is, he just bleeds and bleeds and bleeds and an ungodly amount of blood.
That's so much blood.
And as soon as you remove your instrument, it stops. And you are using like a laser cutter, so there should have been no blood.
That's so much blood.
It was a lot of blood.
I definitely like save and store the blood to make sausage with later. So I guess as he is not succeeding currently, he will kind of look at Breeb and the other guy and be like, "Hey, look, aren't we on some like Jedi planet? Can you get
the ship? At that point, the ship shakes again, and Breeb goes, kind of points over his shoulder. They're bombing it. It's the temples. Well, one other thing you notice, and this is up to you, Honk, whether or not you want to alert the two Jedi to it. When you move him and you're cutting the clothes off, 3 spheres. Well, they're basic spheres in shape, but they've also got some geometric kind of anomalies to them. Fall out of a little pouch on his side.
Yeah, Honk will collect those, and he'll be like, and his balls fell out.
Oh, you're gonna show the two Jedi?
Yeah.
They look at him and their eyes get really big. Meanwhile, the matron, you are, I'm assuming, heading right into the cockpit.
Oh yeah, immediately. Like the second that the ion cannon hit, everybody could hear her like somewhere in the ship. Oh, for Christ's sakes!
Yeah, he shot the ship before you guys even got on.
Yeah,
when you guys were watching him take off, he was like, "Oh yeah, fuck you."
Yeah, she just absolutely not today. She just immediately like just is running up front, hitting panels, running. So she's gonna act under fire and try to bypass anything that was hit so that she can at least bring enough power to the consoles up front to at least get power online as long as life support is running and main power is running to the point like she'll deal with hyperdrive after.
Sure.
So let's see what we can do here. That's going to be a 10.
So you're able to bypass some systems, and you've got a secondary closed system generator that we're going to say you've had on your ship for a while. It's like almost like it's a Star Wars equivalent of a pull start.
Thanks,
And
Ventus.
you have just enough to run system analysis to know where everything is. Your life support, you're fine, because the planet isn't a danger that way. But one thing that blips really quickly, and you start to feel it, is the ship's starting to tilt as the area around you is getting hit with massive orbital bombardment. It's destroying the ground close to you, starting to cause a sinkhole.
Great. So we got to take off like now.
You're running out of time. Very quickly.
Okay. How many people is everybody on board?
Everybody's on board. Everybody's on board.
Screw it. We're up. Bird in the air.
Sarix, what are you doing to try to facilitate this on your end?
I'll run up, ask the matron if there's any, what systems are in danger? Like,
Every system's in danger. Do you know how to fly?
They wouldn't let me work the stick. They won't let me work the stick. But,
Well, you're going to learn today. Park your ass, kid.
You got it, ma'am.
So when you try to turn it over the first time, you do get that truck sound because you're like, something's wrong with the fuel cell system to the starter. Sarix, you're like, ugh.
Oh, can I just have a flash of inspiration and try to trust my instincts roll?
Yeah, of course.
All right, here we go. 9.
What are you trusting your instincts to do?
I'm using muscle memory. I don't know.
Hang a panel on the wall.
yeah. All of a sudden, I remember something that, like, I remember seeing the pilots of the old crew I used to run with. They'd like, whenever we were in a fix, they'd like bang on something like just above, like some compartment above the display or anything. So I just do that, like, fingers crossed. Boom.
You pop against this panel, and it opens, and a gaggle of wires pop out, and they're kind of fizzing and they're sparking. But the thing you look at and you see that there's a set that are fused, and you instantly recognize it's probably from the ion blast. And then there's a set that have been completely popped apart.
Okay. I would take one of my throwing knives out then, I guess, and do a little quick.
Okay.
What do I need to roll for that?
You don't need to roll anything for that.
Okay.
So you pop those apart. What are you doing now?
I'm
taking all this off of your last roll, so you don't need to worry about rolling anything.
Doing just this one goes here, and I think this one goes here, as all sorts of mathematics comes flying around my face.
So as he does this, matron, whoop, everything fires up.
And I give everyone a shrug, like, I don't know.
And as it's firing up, you're like coming up to optimal systems levels, and then you hear a strange noise, and it gets louder and louder and louder as you look over. Your hyperdrive is running a series of coordinates randomly, and it's firing up to jump.
Oh God!
Success with consequence, folks.
Oh! Everybody, watch out!
Are comms working? I'm going to. Oh God. This is bad. Owen's not with us.
Owen, what'd you roll as you do a flyby of this starter?
You're muted. You're muted.
I rolled a 9.
You are able to do a flyby, and you drop this thing, and it splats against one of the turrets, and it kind of scooches its way like into the actual turbo laser cannon, you don't know what's going to happen when it comes to that. I'm just going to leave you with that. But currently, you're getting a click from this thing.
Okay, well.
You're just kind of like, I hope they don't shoot that thing.
Well, I suppose then it's a turnaround and try and head back.
You turn around and the bombardment, you see the matron taking off, but as you see them taking off, you see their hyperdrive engines kick on full. And they're still in atmosphere. You also know, matron, as you're looking at this, you didn't put those coordinates in. They're random. So you need to do something now because you might just literally hyperspace into a mass shadow and it's all over.
I'm going to try to act under fire and kill the hyperdrive.
Yep.
I'd rather try and kill it and fix it later.
All right, how you doing it? What are you doing to do it?
Let's... I'm going to use my mechanical arm because I know that it has some gnarly stuff built into it that I very rarely use. I know enough because I was there listening to Fentis hyperfixate as he was fixing the hyperdrive last time. Because
what?
Man never shuts up.
Never.
I was there listening to him bitch and piss and moan about this one stupid collection of cables that I know has to do with the hyperdrive. So I am going to use my mechanical arm to try to just rip a panel off of the side next to where I'm piloting and access that wire and just rip it. It's better than... I'd rather be dead in the air and at least be able to float than murder everybody on board. Live to fly another day.
Make me that sweet roll.
That is going to be a 9.
You rip this thing out, and the hyperdrive dies, and you get thrown all the way across the cockpit as you're electrocuted. You take a harm, and your arm is slag.
Oh, damn it!
It's useless now.
Yeah.
Medic.
Yeah. You'd need a mechanic. Yeah, it's your arm is wrecked.
Oh, I could jury rig your arm.
Am I passed out? I like to think she got like flung and like smacked against something.
Yeah, here's you correct me if you'd like to do it different. You get shot across the room, you slam into the bulkhead, you like get up, like you barely hit the ground. You like pop up, you're like, I'm fine. You look at your arm and you just go, and you it's a mechanical arm, and yet that's the thing that puts you over the edge. And you don't pass out, but you drop directly on your ass and you're like, what?
She just looks at it. I don't know. She like parks her butt. She like slumps back into one of the 4 seats and just goes, well, that's interesting.
Like the thing is too, that arm had been built to where it was nerve responsive.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't feel anything, and you kind of look up and you can see all of those nerve connectors are completely fried into your nervous system. So when they remove that, they're going to have to redo all of that. May have to take a chunk of meat off of your shoulder to do it. You're actually kind of like, I should be dead right now.
I'm more pissed than anything else. Like, I earned that. By killing that Sith.
You did kill an Inquisitor to get that.
Jackass. Oh, now I'm mad. Shannon's mad. Matron's in shock. Shannon's mad. I'm gonna feed someone to a purgle.
What's Honk? You hear this explosion and all of this business going on.
Why am I in space? Why did I do it? Why did I go into space?
Why be though?
Why,
you know what?
here?
Your ship was called we called your ship the Patience, I believe, at one point.
Thank you. Okay. You know what? I'm going to like literally write this down this time because we go through this every single time.
Yeah, it's my fault.
No, it's my fault.
Speaking of patience, it sounds like something exploded over there, so I should probably. I've got the Jedi in a holding pattern. He's, not metastasizing currently, and it's
you come in and like Matron is like Cerix is dragging her onto a chair. Her arm is gone. Like what you see is hanging there is just the slag of that mechanical arm. It's not even recognizable as a limb anymore. It's just twisted steel and sex appeal hanging off that shoulder joint. You get a good look at her, and her pupils are dilated. You're pretty sure she has a head injury, and you see like some slight electrical burns around the actual flesh of the shoulder.
Well, this is very serious.
It's not good. She's actually hurt.
Your arm used to be, but yes. Let me Let me get you. Let me get you downstairs or whatever, down ramp, and
comes. I need someone to get on the comes.
Hawk just looks at Cerix because he's like, clearly it's not me, and like.
You get Owen. She'll look over at Cerix and she just goes, "You get Owen, and you tell him what happened." Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and you're getting a bleep on your personal comm, and as you're doing that, you see all of a sudden I can't remember. Oh, Tremaine's ship jump.
Okay. I will answer my comm.
Hello.
Mayday, mayday! Oh, it's awful down here. She lost her arm. You gotta get down here. Oh my god!
Yeah, so you hear a panic Zabrak voice on the other end.
Oh.
Her arm melted together. It's all gross. It smells like flesh and smoke and burnt oil. You gotta get back here. We're in trouble.
Well, good job stopping the hyperdrive. I'm on my way back, although I think it'd probably be better if you come up here.
They are just coming out of the atmosphere out into open space.
I will do my best to dock with the ship.
It's pretty easy. The Patience has a docking area, like a I can't think what those things are called now, where you can dock a ship. Your ship's a little big, kind of like an airlock. There's a name for them in Star Wars. I'm not smart enough to remember what it is today. So you're able to dock, but your ship's a little big. So like a starfighter could dock on this thing, and you could make a jump to hyperspace, and be okay. But you could not. Neither of these ships can jump when they're attached. It's not going to work. You risk tearing them both apart. You're tearing me apart, Lisa.
Well, I'm just going to dock it, and then I'm going to board the Patience.
Okay, you board the Patience, and you are quickly brought up to speed on everything that's going on.
Okay. Is she alive?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't sedated the matron, so I'm getting prepared. I have removed the better part, the unattached or loosely attached parts of the slag, set it to the side, and he is actually he has applied like a numbing agent. Like he's clearly I think visibly taxed to his medical like the extremes of his medical abilities, but he's making sure that the matron is comfortable, has got the thing, has sort of shunted the Jedi to a like whatever, you're in the hallway.
All right.
And then it looks like he is preparing to yeah, I mean he's gonna do some operating. He's got to get the area prepared, and he is also working. He's preparing his tools, and he is also preparing what looks to be a sort of oddly, probably decently put together sort of plug to fill in the open area out of parts around the ship. That's what he does. So I think he can probably do that. Should I roll for it? I should roll for it.
You know what? Yeah, why don't you roll with a trust your instincts, please?
Okay. Trust my instincts. How are my instincts? They could be better. That's a 7.
Yeah, so it's not so much you don't know, but you're like, I don't think I have, like, I can make do. I can make this work, but it's not going to last. This is it's no substitution at all. This is literally barely functional enough for the matron to use it. It's going to be like a bad like claw from a claw machine type of situation.
Mhm.
Also, you're kind of worried about those burns on where the system's attached to the nerves. You're like, this. I need a real medical bay to do this,
Mhm.
and we need somebody like Tutu to do the body modification work.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he's doing the best he can with what he's got. And that is, I think, readily apparent. So
It's not going to get worse right now.
Right. Sure.
So Owen's just like, okay.
He also has a small bin that he hasn't told anybody about, but that's for the meat. So
don't look in there.
it's fine. Medical waste.
Will she live?
Take care of it. What?
Will she live?
Yeah. She'll be okay.
Good.
She'll be okay.
And he turns and immediately goes to the bridge.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to input the tracking info into this ship's systems now.
You're still getting a clean ping, but you realize that you're not going to get a ping when they're in hyperspace. So you've got a ping. You know where they jumped from and where their next jump point was, but you're right now. It's like this is more you're going to track them long term, not
I just want to make sure that it's in the system, though.
Yes, you definitely got it in the system. Like I said, you don't know exactly how reliable it's going to be, but it's at least you've got something.
And then I will start trying to do whatever repairs I can to the ship to get it moving again.
Okay. What are you doing as well, Serix?
In my head, I've taken over as captain of the ship because I'm in the pilot's chair.
It's fair.
So that's canon.
Yeah.
You're
the co-captain of the patients.
And so I'm seeing everyone kind of, things have stabilized a bit.
Forever hoping that the matron never finds out about your earlier business.
Yeah. I didn't do anything in this ship.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm seeing everyone kind of, things are stabilizing a little bit, looks like. So I'm going to take part in helping just repair stuff because I have a little bit of a mechanical know-how. So I'm just going to be tinkering here and there where I can for the time being.
Okay. I want you and Owen to both trying to think how I want to do this. I'd like you both to. I'll let you choose. Trust your instinct or read a sitch.
I'll go with read a sitch.
Yeah, same.
My read a sitch is 10.
Okay.
What do I got? Hold on. I've got a 8.
Between the two of you, you're able to get this hyperdrive functional. It's not great. You're definitely it's gonna need to be replaced. But right now it's workable. Now, right now you can actually jump safely, which is far different than it was even 20 minutes ago. And that's when all of the sensor alert systems go off.
Press the nearest button.
You would, to see what's going on, you need to be on the bridge
Aren't I up there?
in the cockpit. I don't know where you guys were for sure, but I just assumed you were all over the ship doing stuff.
Oh yeah, I guess we've been all over repairing. Okay, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, the second the alarms are going off, I'm heading to the bridge.
There's a
I'm
weird,
interested, so I'll follow him.
so there's this kind of weird jump. You've never quite seen it before. It looks like hyperspace gets torn open and a massive Star Destroyer pops out of it, but it's only a Star Destroyer, barely a name. This thing looks like something out of Hollow Vids from 1,000 years ago. Your comm system goes off.
Like they're trying to communicate with us?
And you have no idea what this language is that's being spilled out to you.
Put a hand on Draz's shoulder, and I say, I've got a bad feeling about this.
And that's when you see a massive amount of fighters just swarm out of the belly of this thing. At that point, Bree walks over to you, Owen, and he says, Duo is levitating Noel, and he says, we'll take the shuttle. You get out of here. We'll handle this. It's harder for them to take us if we're all separated. We'll meet back at the station.
All right.
Duo takes Noel aboard. Bree looks at you and he says, get everyone there safe. He says, may the force be with you. He loads up. It separates. These things are peppering you with blaster fire, but you immediately recognize they are not trying to destroy your ship. They are trying to cripple your ship so they can board it.
Oh no, we're getting the hell out. I understand exactly what they're doing.
One thing also you catch, no Imperial signal coming off of this vessel, no Imperial markings.
Don't care.
All right, you can both need to act under fire. Matron, do you want to? You're like barely with it. Do you want to do anything to assist? Hawk, do you want to do anything to assist?
I mean, if Hawk has finished, he'll be like, "Are you okay?" That was kind of a lot for me personally. That congratulations, though. You and Noel have tied. You have set a new record for patients seen after simultaneously at 2. So congratulations. Are you okay?
Should I be tasting iron?
I mean, look, yeah, probably. There's probably like iron shavings in your mouth from when I was like grinding down the little plug there. So yeah, I mean, it's not surprising.
So, Matron, you look over, and there's literally a plug cap over your shoulder joint, and you've got an arm. Actually, you know what it looks like? It looks like Trapjaw's arm from Masters of the Universe. It's like stick metal, a big
Yeah.
joint, and then out. I mean, it is literally just the jankiest jank that's ever been janked. But you also realize, holy shit, this is all stuff that was actually just lying around on the ship. Nothing valuable was taken off the ship to do this. This was completely improvised in the moment with just stuff, which makes you realize just how good Honk is at what Honk do.
Yeah, she kind of like double takes at it and then just kind of like slowly looks at him and just goes like, that's incredible.
Like you move your hand up, your 2 fingers and a thumb hand, and you're like, wah, wah.
I'm glad you're okay. Thank you. That's the nicest thing anyone has ever said about my medical care. So
Oh,
for a minute, there was Monty, and then Monty turned into Honk real quick.
Right? I was
like, Monty.
it's because both of their voices come from the same place. I just
yeah.
take one up, and the other one I make my tongue really heavy and take low.
I was like, are we? Monty really is a planeswalker.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much, lady. That was really nice of you to say about
Monty.
medical care.
We're too far. The one thing she would try to do is she would try to send a distress signal to something very specific and coded. Yep. But I think it would be really dicey, and the odds of it being reached would be really difficult. But we can try.
Okay, what do you want to act under pressure with this? I mean, I'm not sure what you're doing. So.
Yeah, let's do an act under fire. I'm going to send.
I would also say if you're trying to cajole somebody, you could use a seduce or manipulate.
No. I am going to act under fire, and I am going to send a very specific distress code and call in a favor to an old friend with Chandrilla Starlines.
Excellent. Okay. Make me a roll.
That is a 12.
You get a coded response saying coordinates received. See you there.
Nice.
All right. You guys are able to make the jump as these things are firing on you. And one of the things you all kind of feel at that moment is it's almost like a weight is off of your shoulders once you jump, especially for Serix and Owen, because you guys saw this thing and it was terrifying. It's not something that you want to ever see again. So where are you jumping and who are you meeting there?
We are jumping to the Chandrilla system.
Okay.
The goal is to, and I'm being a little on the nose here because it's fun, we are going to lay low on the Halcyon Star Cruiser for one rotation so that we can recuperate and do it quietly, because I happen to have a friend who works as crew on that ship. We will be given a small cabin, and as long as we lay low, don't cause problems, it'll give us an opportunity to regather ourselves, fix ourselves up a little bit, and contact who we need to contact without the prying eyes of.
All of this is pretty easily done, and you definitely have the credits to be able to do this
easily.
So that's not a problem whatsoever. You are aboard the ship, and Hollow reaches out to you. Hello, the matron. This is Hollow, your AI information system. And as we've stated before, Hollow is very much a and is a Gamorrean, because it was originally Alari programmed it to appeal to I can't remember Matt's character's name. But she lets you know that she has given your coordinates to someone who is contacted you through a trusted source, wants to meet you on board because they have a proposition.
Well, this is exhausting.
It's also time sensitive.
All right.
You were so not muted for that. That's amazing.
One of us is making gross like drink noises.
Someone's making gross noises with their mouth, and it's not Travis.
It's not Travis.
Is it you? No, it's not me either, Justin.
It's not Travis.
Grip it and rip it, Justin. You know, if you would just open these before the podcast started, we wouldn't have to have this segment every week.
Richard gives me so much crap every time we're streaming and I bust open some kind of can of liquid.
Yeah, any time that happens in our house or anywhere where either one of us are there, it's immediately someone screaming, "Grip it and rip it!"
Rip it, baby. That's why I'm jacked up on gamer subs these days. It's quiet. All right.
So who's your friend on the ship?
Gripped it and ripped it on you.
My friend on the ship is an individual who works in the cargo bay area.
What's her name?
Their name is Samara. She's pretty low on the rung, but the Halcyon has a canonical history of being affiliated with resistance efforts in the Star Wars universe, canonically.
So, Samara seems very interested in what's going on. And they, it's a little suspicious. He said works in like importing or baggage.
Mm-hmm. The one thing I have told her since the moment I got on board with everybody, the less you know this time, the better. It's for your own safety. Trust me.
And they're like, okay, that's fine, I guess. Sure.
It's nothing personal. I'm trying to get my
God damn it, Warrior. That's really good. I just saw that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Please don't. Please don't do that to me. You are the worst.
She's just like, well, I mean, I'm here doing this. I feel like I could be doing so much more. And I like being able to help and I feel useful, but I'm just anyway, and she just walks away. Not like in a tiff or anything, but just like very disappointed 17-year-old walk away. Head down, shoulders slumped. So while I'm bored, you have a couple days before your contact runs. All of you give me one thing you're trying to do during that time period.
Richard, no, you are going to unmute yourself first.
Yes, I am.
Oh, good job.
I am going to continue to check to see if the tracker is still working.
It is. You recognize, actually, you're kind of shocked. Currently, and they've been there for a couple days, they're in the mall.
Okay.
So they're in the very core itself.
I'm also going to discreetly, through back channels, see if I can't find some kind of an ion bomb to return the favor. I'm a little angry.
Not on this ship since it's a commercial liner, but you think probably anytime you guys come to port, you can track down some shady folks.
Mm-hmm.
Sarix, you guys are on board the ship for a couple days before your contact arrives. I'm asking everybody to give me one thing that they're attempting to do during that time period.
I'm
I
gonna
love,
try.
I love that your doggo just stares at you the entire time.
Oh yeah, well, I have a little bit of a tiny morsel of food, and there's a chance that she could get it, or I might give it to her. So yeah, she's gonna stare into my soul until that happens. I'm gonna go play a game of sabacc and try to win a spaceship by putting our ship on the line without telling anybody. Wild card. All right.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Honk, what are you attempting to do during this time period?
How's the clientele on this? Is this like your Carnival family cruise line? Is this like, I've been to like the mega casino planet, full of like only rich people. Like how are people rolling here?
It's
Upscale.
Yeah, it's upscale. It's you all are somewhat dressed, and it seems somewhat out of place. But occasionally, you see others who you're like, you definitely are in some. You have some money, but you're also probably into some shady shit.
Mm-hmm. I think that Honk is probably going to go to the casino area, and he is going to sort of mill around the high roller area, and he's in fact going to chat up if there's like an exclusive bartender to that area. I think he's going to chat up the bartender there.
Sure. There is a droid operating the bar.
Perfect. Hello.
It's got like a mechanical bow tie on.
Love it.
It's like it's like very slim with kind of
some more?
Mm-hmm.
the bulbous head. Oh God, what's the
every time they get surprised, it spins around. It's like woo! You're like, wow, that's funny. It'll be like, hey,
my name is Lloyd.
Hi, Lloyd.
What will it be?
Is that Lloyd all letters, or is that a zero?
It's all letters, but they're all giant. They're all giant capital letters, and you'd swear to God, if this was a human being, they would have the most sinister look on their face the entire time.
Perfect. He's like, hello, Lloyd. Quick question for you.
What will it be, Mr. Khaleesi?
Wait, what?
All passengers with the chain code have been identified on the ship's manifest.
Oh, I don't like that. I didn't even have the chain code. Okay, well, you know what? It's fine. You
would have had one, because you were a relatively law-abiding citizen before your kidnapping.
True. This is true.
Having a chain code.
I still like
having a chain code would allow you to get into places. Like it would make you it would make you seem like an actual citizen of the Empire and not some type of backroom sawbones collecting.
I think you mean hostage. So the he'll just be like, hey, Lloyd.
Your name is Gonk Khaleesi, is it not?
Yes, Gonk. That's what they all call me. Gonk.
And my name is Lloyd. What will it be, Mr. Khaleesi?
Well, I will take a Space Manhattan, and I will
the spicy croissant it is.
That's the name.
And there's like this super tall glass, but it's
perfect.
It's real thin.
It's like it's just a 3 foot thin stem, and then like the little martini thing. That's perfect.
And he pours you this kind of very this drink, and it's actually like layers of color. Like the
Ooh.
bottom is very dark, and,
Mhm.
and then it starts to get progressively lighter, and then there's all these tiny layers of these bright, vibrant colors at the top.
Mm.
You know, Mr. Khaleesi, there are opportunities for a Jawa of your stature on this vessel in this very bar.
Such as.
Well, bartending, serving, hosting, entertainment. Here in the Overlook Room, we take all kinds.
Ah, well, um, that sounds like a fun thing to do. You know, I did. Does your like does my chain code say that I'm a doctor? Because I'm a doctor.
It does not. It
Okay.
says that you work in the entertainment industry. Have you changed professions? If you have, Mr. Khaleesi, I would advise letting your local Imperial Bureau of Information become aware of this.
I
We will
will.
update your chain code for a nominal fee.
I will definitely let them know that. That is. It's been so long since I was a clown. Um, hey, I was wondering, do you, Lloyd, have often find yourself having customers with unique tastes and requests?
Here in the Overlook Room, we take all kinds. Some stay
Sure.
for a short period, and some stay for a very long time.
I see. I see. And Lloyd, do you personally have, I don't know, purchasing power?
I do not. I am simply
Hmm.
an employee of the Halcyon. You would want to talk to my supervisor, Karen.
She sounds awful.
She is an organic being.
Lloyd, you tried to get me to work here, Lloyd. You tried to do that to me. Thought we were friends.
It's part of the charm of the Overlook Room to
Hmm.
attempt to get everyone to work here for as long as possible.
Well, that is a unique draw. If I wanted to subject myself to Karen, where would I be able to find this person
I
who's
can
organic?
I can contact her right now, and she would be happy to speak with you.
I haven't decided if I'd be happy to speak with her yet.
You see on the side of his head like a blinking red light go full red. She'll be right here to assist you with all of your needs, Mr. Khaleesi.
Fantastic. Can
Let me
you
know if you need another. And he spins all the way
before
around and rotates down the bar.
it's gonna be like before I have another, can you help me maneuver the glass?
A large Davronian woman comes out. Davronian's red-skinned, horns, looks like devil.
Oh, sure.
She says, I heard you needed assistance, Mr. And she checks a little data reader. Khaleesi, is it?
It is. It gonk. Gonk. It's actually pronounced Calacy.
Khaleesi.
Calacy.
My apologies. Pronunciation was wrong in your chain code. You should try to contact your local Imperial Bureau of Information and make sure
Yeah,
they
it sounds like
update
I'm
that.
gonna have a long trip to the bureau sometime soon. There's a lot of
Don't we all?
don't we all look at us relating as organics? Hey, I was curious. I was talking to Lloyd, and I, I was just wondering if I consider myself to be a galactic traveler. In my galactic travels, I come across like very unique souvenirs. Some of them, function, are like ingredients and stuff. Like just stuff. But it's hard to lug it around when I'm jet setting around the cosmos. And I was just thinking, if you have a discerning upscale clientele that perhaps would be interested in the finer things that I could perhaps interest you in a small
Please,
small
please.
what?
This sounds like a conversation for private talk. Please come into my office.
Oh, okay, sure.
She walks you back through. There's a kitchen area and walks you into an office. Shuts the door behind you. Goes, what do you got?
Oh, I mean, it's just a little bit of Jedi blood.
Oh, I mean, I don't know
I
any.
mean-
I probably can't.
I mean, talk about a bloody mirror, right?
Can you prove it's the real thing? I mean, I don't have a midichlorian readout on me.
Well, I mean, I took it from the Jedi myself, so
That doesn't mean anything to me. You're a Jawa.
that's racist.
People don't trust me either. Why do you think I talk like that? Fancy ass shit out in the overlook room.
Well, I'm just saying, if you
I look like a bad guy, so I must be a bad lady.
I mean, I don't think that. That's you're making
Hey, see?
about me and my proclivities.
But
Appreciate it.
but you're also coming to me with blood. And you're telling me it's Jedi blood. It feels a little like I should probably get it checked out ahead of time, huh?
I mean, like, how would you even check for that?
I need to get hold of somebody who has a middle chlorine count on it.
Well, does anyone's blockchain or whatever tell you that they got a little chlorine?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if you've been living in a sandcrawler out in the asshole of the universe, but
Tatooine is a
Jedi-
planet and is no one's asshole thing.
the Jedi tried to overthrow the government.
No, I know.
So
That's why I
most
think
of them,
it's a-
and we've been told, if not all, are dead. So you come here telling me I got fresh blood and from a Jedi.
I didn't say anything about fresh.
Well, what am I gonna do with rotten blood?
Not rotten either. It's like I'm not just juicing.
Are you
it.
trying? Are you trying to like pull a rondell on me?
Don't bring Rondell into this.
All I'm saying is this seems like some rondell shit here.
It's not like Rondell would never have chicken.
Hey,
You-
I've done business with. I know what kind of person Rondell is.
I know a lot about her. I know Rondell and I go way back.
That's why I'm suspicious.
Well, you didn't know that until now. Well, okay, okay, fine. Like, why don't you go get your midichlorian thing and yeah, sure, like whatever, so we can do it.
Give me a sample of the blood.
Why would I do that?
The tiniest sample, because I'll get it red.
How would I give you a free? You want a freebie? Just a little bit. Like
Consi-
that's like this is hot shit right now for the reasons you just specified. Like I'm not just gonna give you
Listen.
some.
I just need the smallest amount, just literally a micro of it, so I can get it red.
Cool. Like what's the collateral?
Drinks are on me.
That's not very good collateral.
I get an open tab.
Ugh.
That's the
Ugh.
best you're gonna get.
I mean, like
It's gonna be hard to move this anyway.
Fine. And he will he'll produce a little vial, and he will with like using his syringes, I'm sure wildly improperly, will like extract the tiniest little thing and like doop.
She gives
And
you a
just be
black.
like-
She gives you a black chit. Don't lose it.
I won't.
So
There you
what's the price if this turns out to be legit?
If it turns out to be legit.
Hey, I'm just covering my bases.
Sure. Well, I mean, I could use a ride.
A ride.
Mhm.
You already got a ride. You're on the ship.
Yeah, but I mean like my own. Yeah, I have like a little something around, right?
You want me to pay you enough money to buy a ship?
No, I just want you to give me a ship.
I run a restaurant on a cruiser.
I know the cruiser's got ships, right?
No, It's
There's
a
not, like-
commercial cruiser.
There's no like lifeboats or something.
Oh, there's escape pods. I'll give you
Okay.
an escape pod for it. I mean, that I can write off.
We'll start at escape pod, and I'll mull over my options while you go
Fine.
verify the veracity of the sample.
All right.
Don't be getting any weird coagulants on it or anything either.
Just gonna get it run through a
Just
scan.
okay, sure. I'm just saying, if
Don't
you can
get
rustle up
your
a
robe.
midichlorian reader, then you can probably rustle up.
Don't get your robes in a bunch.
I am not in a bunch. They're flowing, carefree.
Flowing somewhere. Keep pushing. You'll be flowing out an airlock.
I'm going to give you a 1-star review if you keep talking like that. Space Yelp.
She just looks at you and she goes, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Well, I'm just saying,
There's
I
people-
hope it doesn't. I
Ah,
hope it doesn't come to that.
Hey, my little friend, let me tell you something.
We got little on average size.
There's people who have investment in this restaurant. Serious people. You don't
Okay.
want to give a 1-star review and then you end up disappeared. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. All right. Cool. Like, I feel like this has been very good, lightly threatening banter. I think we can both leave with our faces intact.
I'm just going to say, Doc, Star, there, you can figure the rest out, who have some interest in this restaurant.
Sure.
A
Yeah, I'll go
Doc,
ask him
a
about that.
Doc Star organization.
Okay. All right.
You walk away from that and your kind of brain is turning over for a second. You're like, is she referring to Black Sun? Because if she is, I definitely don't want to fuck around with Black Sun. Like, no, thank you.
No, thank you.
I'd rather walk up to the Empire and just be like,
I think I've literally done that. Actually.
yeah,
So.
you kind of have. So,
But sure.
Matron, what are you doing? We'll do Sarek's last since this is going to be the most involved.
Well, first off, I'm trying to keep this cat upright.
Fair.
But
He says, but I'm a baby.
I know he's, but I'm the baby. I'm a baby. I'm just a baby. Are you the baby? Mwah. Yes, you're the baby. Yes, thank you. You're very cute. He's like, no kisses. Matron is probably going to be, she's got two focuses. Number one, her primary is trying to figure out how she can locate the double-crossing jackhole that blew up her ship, because she will find him. And
Who
he
blew
will
up?
meet his,
Who blew up your ship?
yeah, who ion cannoned her ship.
Oh,
Mhm.
Admiral Tremaine.
Yes.
I mean, I'm
Tremaine-
sure Owen explained to you, like, hey, I put a tracer on this guy.
Oh, yeah, but she wants to know more. You gonna go down? Okay, bye.
No more about that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll probably do that via, I imagine, playing Sabak in the bar. The Halcyon has a really nice virtual Sabak table, where she'll probably just make friends and be her charming self. And she's not a very threatening lady. She's really not. She doesn't know much about Sabak, so she just wants to learn.
So what you're able to kind of figure out about Grand Adjudicator Tremaine is he's a cybernetic human. He is once was a Jedi, or at least a Padawan.
Okay.
He fell into working for the Empire post Order 66. But he was kind of a Jedi of no real consequence. His master was killed during the Clone Wars, and at that point just kind of faded into obscurity. But upon re-entering the scene, what you're able to find out, I'm sure Owen probably used some sources for this too, is he was recruited into this Imperial Intelligence Division, the Inquisitorius, before it split. and is now the arm of the Inquisitorius that Vader controls, and then the Adjudicators, which are controlled by an individual known as Slimore.
Interesting. Okay. Fascinating.
But he must have rose quickly to be the chief adjudicator.
Yeah.
Which is probably not a great thing.
No. Interesting. Okay.
He served previously under Chief Adjudicator Malorum, who actually was killed. Now it's just that's very on the low, because the Inquisitorius is not something that people like talk about. Like, they're kind of an arm of the Empire, kind of like the ISB is. The ISB is more front facing, but like the Inquisitorius is like, these guys show up kind of like the boogeyman, and then normal people are like, I want no part of this.
Gotcha.
These are people that disappear people. But you also know that this is somebody who wants to hire you, and obviously knows quite a bit about you, and knows a lot about Owen.
I think before she makes any kind of decision on anything, because I'm assuming turning up that information is not incredibly difficult for her.
No, for either between both of your contacts, it's really pretty easy. But but it's a lot, like I said, it's a lot of surface stuff.
Yeah. She'll probably want to at least have a conversation with Owen about it. Oh, sorry. Daylight savings is kicking my ass.
Yes, I hear that.
Yeah, for real.
So you and Sarix are both in the hollow area playing Sabak. And a gentleman walks in wearing, it's like a full like black suit, like suit jacket, pants, and all you can see at the top is like a small like gold emblem where the collar meets. You get a good look at it, and the emblem looks to be some type of Mandalorian house symbol. And he sits down at the table, and you guys all play a couple hands. Sarix, are you betting the ship like in front of the matron? Are you like getting buck wild with your bets?
I'll just say I have a ship. I'm not going to say anything.
So you're like, I got this ship, I'm willing to put it up.
Yeah, I got the ship over there. Don't worry about it.
This guy plays really close to the vest during this whole thing until you mention that.
Well, do you now?
And this guy looks like Ed Harris. So he's got like a slight grin, but he also has like he's a short man, but he also just kind of exudes like a underlying sense of menace. He says, "Oh shit, I'm always looking for a good ship.
It makes the two of us, mate.
How about a little side play? I'll tell you what. You win, and I'll give you," and pushes across a pile of credits. You're guessing this is probably about probably a good like 20,000 credits.
Mm-hmm.
And I can always make more if you want to raise. But you lose, and I get your ship.
I snap my fingers. Data pad.
Am I at the table for this?
Yes, you're there for all of this.
So hopefully someone arrives with a data pad.
They bring a data pad to you.
I kind of hold it close to my chest. I'm writing some things on it. I set it down on the table. I push it across. It reads IOU.
He looks at it and he smiles and he says,
Sarix.
Shh.
No, don't. No, you do not.
When
get to
you're
shush
hot,
me.
you're hot. And I'm hot.
No.
Ignore her.
I would like
Ignore
to
her.
know. I would like to know.
he sits back and smiles and says, I take it you two know one another.
Briefly.
It's
I love that we said the same thing.
Yeah, he smiles and he says, honeymoon?
Oh God, no.
Oh,
Oh, no,
Hey.
not my type.
we both.
No,
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Syrinx,
I'm an older man, but I see romance when I'm around it.
Syrinx,
I'm
tell
only
me
a
more.
blonde tail.
Tell me more about this ship you own, darling. Tell me more. Tell me more about this ship.
It looks like it looks like its name is the IOU.
That's right.
Hmm.
Don't worry. I found it. Don't worry about
You
it.
found it.
Make me a
Found it.
manipulation roll, please, Syrinx.
That's gonna be. Ooh, what do I have for? Oh my gosh, a -1 in that. 3.
He smiles at you, and his smile is less like amused and more sort of menacing at that point. And he looks then at the matron. He turns his full attention towards you. And he says, I've been looking for you, Miranda Onaka. I didn't figure that this man was your husband. I just thought I'd be polite. How about we pull up a table? I've got a opportunity.
Oh, he's not my husband.
Well, I'm not needed
Oh.
here. I'm gonna go find some blue milk.
No,
Boy.
I'm well aware that your husband Owen is also aboard. Excuse me, Jabba Owen Onaka is also aboard the ship. He
She'll
snaps his
look up at
finger.
the bartender and she's like,
Yeah,
2 more.
he's like, no, I got it. And they bring like this tray of the finest liquor, and they bring you to like a shuttered away area. He says, we can use a room if you'd like, but I figure this is quiet enough. No one's going to bother us.
No, this is fine.
He reaches across the table to shake your hand.
Chill. Reciprocate.
My name is Cal Scarata.
What can I do for you?
Well, your boys sent me.
Her face immediately like just straightens.
Came to my attention a while back that you had some clones in your employ.
And?
Well, your boys were my boys first. See, I helped train them. And once my boys and I decided to leave Camino and leave the GRA, I've taken it upon myself to keep my door open to those boys. I found a way for my original 6 to stop their rapid aging process. Your boy's been working for me off the books, off and on for a while. You know, whenever your ARC 170s seem to go away for a while, but they come back loaded for bear. You notice they've been wearing a lot more Mandalorian style gear. They've been doing work for me on the side.
Understandable.
Nothing attention grabbing. The Tick speaks highly of you. So I thought I'd run this offer by you. It's a one-time deal. I need something retrieved from a place that, well, quite frankly, they won't let me back into.
Say more.
There's a spot, a nice little no man's land, if you'd be so inclined to call it, up on the edge of Hape's consortium space. They call the place Lost and Found. It's a, I don't know, what would they call it? Wretched hive of scum and villainy, I think. Also a dance club. He pushes across like a data pad. Lost and Found looks like a spire turned upside down from a gas mining facility. The top of it is just a massive landing port. Below it are a series of cargo containers on like a magnetized track system so they can move. That's the outside. It looks like a ziggurat. It's huge.
Cool.
Made of these containers. and there's a little strip of video of the containers moving, like in it rearranging its shape. As you can see, the layout is modular and changes. So I can't give you an exact spot where the item I wish to be in my possession is located. And then there's video of the inside, and it's just little shops, almost little businesses. Most of them look not quite shady, but I'm like, there's arms dealers and things like that here. You also see, literally within eyesight of the outside of this place, are two massive Star Destroyers. They're
Now
there to,
that's interesting.
well, it's the edge of Imperial space. The Hapes are on the other side. Hapes don't want beef with the Empire, and the Empire doesn't want to deal with the Hapes Consortium currently. So hence the no man's land. You know, don't start, none won't be none. But it's a perfect place for interactions between so-called legitimate business and underworld figures to take place. The Empire sees it as an asset. That place has got just as many underworld figures as it does spies and informants. And then you see like the massive like thing that this is built around, like the spire, is like a dance club. Like it is like lights everywhere, like food and drink. The other thing you notice is no one is armed. And then he pushes over another thing, another screen, and it shows that when you go on here, they take your weapons. But you do get one of these, and he pulls open another screen, and it's a vibro knife. Everyone's issued a vibro knife upon entrance. If you want to kill somebody lost and found, you got to do it up close and personal. Murder's fine, but you're not going to do it with a blaster. You're going to have to stab them in the front or in the back.
And what exactly do you need out of this place?
My boys and I went in there a while back with the express parameters of meeting with the Arcanian clone masters. Most people know them as microtechnologies. They have something I want. He flips another page on there, and you see a Kaminoan and carbonite. This is one of the butchers that created my boys. The particular strain that I used on the gnolls to stop the aging process doesn't work on normal clones. It only worked on the gnoll group. This person can give me the information needed to have it work on the average GRA trooper.
It's an awful lot of danger to put me through on a hunch.
No.
What makes you...
I know it's there.
I'm sure you know
That's
it's
not a
there.
hunch.
How are you going to get them to talk? Kaminoans are notoriously difficult and tight-lipped.
He smiles like this toothy grin and says, "That won't be the first Kaminoan I got to talk." There's a reason that Jango Fett brought me in when it was time to train the GRA. I'm very good at what I do, and I have no compunctions about what I need to do it. One thing too, like eating at your brain a little bit, is you immediately, it takes a little bit, but your brain clicks and you know that the Gnoll Troopers were the very first clones.
Yeah.
And they were going to be killed because of the fact that they did not follow orders. They were a little too Jango.
Yeah.
And the Kaminoans were like, "Oh, these guys are a fucking mistake." And Sclerata stepped in, and he and Jango basically said, "No, I'll train them." They trained them. They were kind of the OG Bad Batch.
Yeah. Can I also, I'd like to also observe him and kind of like read a sitch and just see if I can tell if he's shooting me straight on this stuff, if I can tell if he's...
Yeah, you can read a sitch for that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That's going to be a 9.
He is one cold customer,
Yeah.
just cold-blooded. You get the impression that he doesn't feel the need to lie in this particular case. But you also get the impression that if he wanted to start lying, he could do so very easily. You also get the impression that you have no problem just shooting you if it came to that.
Yeah. My only other concern is Empire's not exactly. She just looks exhausted for a moment.
They won't touch you if you're going into Lost and Found. They're more interested in what you're going to say when you're in there. You don't matter as much as whatever you'll say while you're there. You get a good look around this kind of 360 view of the last. There are huts in there. There are straight up criminals in this place, and he's like, if they don't get arrested. I mean, you actually do see a couple of partisans drinking away. People don't touch one another in there unless they're going to spill blood with a knife. The Empire's smart enough to take their cut and keep quiet. It's on the very edge of their space. The governors out there don't want to fight. They just want to keep the status quo for as long as possible.
What's the payment?
Negotiable. I'll tell you the first part of your payment.
All right.
I'll fix your boys. All of them.
One more thing.
Oh, interesting. Fire away. I'm willing to listen.
Malari Aaron.
Dead.
Can you prove it?
No. He smiles really big. I can't. Just what I've heard through scuttlebutt.
I'd like proof.
Well, I'm not a detective. No, that's not what I do. But I do know someone who might be willing to take a little bit of work that way.
I need to know. Something about it's not sitting right.
I know the woman. I couldn't tell you. All I know is she caused the Empire quite an embarrassment publicly, and that's always going to make me happy. Let me, he kind of sits and thinks about it for a second. He pulls his pad back over and he goes through some information. You can see pull a data stick out, put a data stick in. And he's kind of, you can see he's kind of mentally hemming and hawing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, double bad thing. Got my cough drop on myself, and I can't find it anymore. He says, I'll tell you what, I'll send you a contact. They might have some interest in doing this. They have a little bit of a history with Marin as well. So the contact and your boys, and we're square.
We're square.
You do this without burning that place to the ground, and I'll do you one better. And he turns the pad again and pushes it over. You see a old Mandalorian, looks like a Mandalorian depot.
Consider it done.
It's just sitting there. I've got the codes to get in. You're more than welcome to it, especially if you're going to use it to kick some tires and light some fires.
One piece of armor would be enough. Consider it done.
There's like 4 gauntlet fighters in there. I mean,
Mhm.
there's a lot of weaponry. It looks like a stash, basically, like
Yeah,
a large cache.
that's money right there. that is money. That is
You also
outfitting people. That is sellable. That is
You
oof.
also immediately get the impression by him doing that
Mhm.
that he must have an ungodly amount of money if he's willing to just give this away.
Yeah, no kidding.
That if he's just kind of like, you can have it, then he must have a lot in the pocketbook.
Bespin armor does not come cheap.
No, it's a lot of stuff, especially because like currently in this time, Mandalore is kind of under embargo with the Empire.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like not an open conflict, but there's definitely kind of a lot going on there.
Mm-hmm. We haven't hit the point of it being
Bombed into glass.
glassed yet.
Yeah, and it's not been glassed yet. All right. He gets up and he walks away, and he walks over to where Syrinx is sitting, and he leans down and he says, "Play your cards right with that one." Or he head nods over to the matron and he says, "You may get that ship." He laughs and walks out.
I'm like,
So your time is up, and what you realize as well is that who was your contact was. So your ship and everything are ready to roll. Were you trying to get your arm done up while you were there as well?
As much as possible. Honestly, the only other thing that she would do is to probably try and like at least find Samira and have a conversation with her.
Okay.
Just to find out what the hell's going on with her. If she's just being a broody teenager or what.
Okay. Yeah, you can meet up with her.
Yeah. She'll probably just like let herself into the cargo bay. It's not her first time on this ship.
She's going through a manifest, and she's like, oh, she stands up and she goes, did you need something?
Just to know what's going on with you.
She kind of looks around. She goes, there's just baggage, all around. I'm stuck. I'm bored. I don't want to do this.
I offered you to come with me about 5 times in the past. You said no.
Yeah, well, you haven't asked this time.
What's with the change of heart? Why the anger all of a sudden?
I'm not angry with you. I'm just sick of this. I'm just sick of this place, and I'm sick of the people who come on board. I'm sick of watching the holonet and seeing the things that I see, and I'm just sick of it.
Can I read a sitch?
Yeah.
That's a 6.
Like you're like looking at her and kind of trying to get a read on her. She goes, "Don't do that. Don't think that you can like mom me from afar and then just like give me a look at you, figure exactly what I'm thinking all the time. You just kind of weave in and out of my life and like want things, and I always deliver. But like, I want something. I don't want to be here. I don't want to keep doing this. I don't want to keep doing just meaningless favors and not knowing what's going on, and then just hearing things through other people that we mutually know, but the whole time, like, I'm nobody in all of this. I'm a fucking baggage handler on a cruise ship.
You think that makes you nobody?
I don't feel like anyone. And I'm sticking my neck out all the time. And it's not that I don't want to, but like, I was really scared to leave this because this was secure. But it's not like things are getting better.
No.
So
And
why do I want
won't.
to? Why would I want to stay somewhere that's basically safe because it's a cage? I know you go out and do a lot of underhanded criminal shit. And you know what? I'm not scared of that anymore because being here is actually really scary. So yeah, I'm irritated. You didn't ask this time. Because you know what? I'd say yes.
You do realize we're still here for another few hours. I'm not leaving yet. You're kind of jumping the gun.
No, I'm not jumping the gun. I'm telling you, if you ask, I will say yes. She literally like walks up to you, and you're broader and taller than she is, and she grabs you by your lapels, and she looks you dead in the like looks up, and she's like, "I can't keep doing this. Like, I'm telling you that either way, if you don't want me to go with you, fine. But you know what? I won't be here next time. I cannot keep doing this." Like, it was hard last time because it was like looking at possibility leave and knowing I could have said yes and I didn't. And I was like, well, you know, it's dangerous. But this shit is killing me. So either I go with you or I just go.
So what you're going to do first is you're going to take your hands off.
She takes her hands off and presses your jacket back down and steps away. She's like, she kind of starts to look down, and then she like almost defiantly looks back like, you know what? I'm not looking down and I'm not looking away. Just like gives you again that teenager hard stare of like, nope, this is where I put my flag in the ground. Consequences be damned.
Okay. You want to learn? Have it your way. She just walks around her, and as she's walking out of the room, we leave at 0700 sharp tomorrow morning. Don't be late or I'm leaving your ass on this stupid ship.
You walk out and the door shuts and you stop for a second and you hear the most joyous like yell. And then you walk and you can hear the door open and you can kind of peek behind you and you can see she's like looking to see if you're still out there.
Oh no, I kept going.
Oh.
And if she thinks I'm going to make it easy for her, she is dead wrong. I'm going to make it hard as hell. That kid's life is going to be shit for the next 3 months. She's going to have every piece of crap job on that Ebon Hawk model possible. I hope she likes scrubbing corners with like toothbrushes and stitching people together when they're bleeding and unbolting Fentus's foot from the fucking like, because that's what she's gonna be fucking doing.
Warrior's muted, just screaming, "That's my job! That's my job!"
She should. That's what we'll do. We'll have her assist you. Oh my god.
So, Warrior, you are called back into the Overlook.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you're ushered into Karen's office.
Sure.
Like, thank you for bringing our most important guest in. I really appreciate it. If you see Lloyd, tell him I said hi. As soon as the door shut, she goes, "Where did you get it?"
Honk, by the way, is carrying like a tray full of drinks that he has no intention of drinking, but has definitely.
She like reaches down and grabs those drinks off your tray, and she like slams it. She looks scared to death.
Are you all right?
No, I'm not all right. You know what this is?
Is a midichlorian reader a scary device? What's wrong?
First of all, getting a hold of one is a little dicey, but luckily there's somebody on the ship I know who is handy.
Okay.
The midichlorians are really high, but there's
Yeah.
also something wrong with them.
Like this, like it's enriched.
She pulls like this little thing out to give you the readout, and it's almost like you're looking at Star Wars blood sample almost. Except for this is like a little short clip thing, and you're seeing these little lights go out. Yeah, whatever's in this blood is eating those. She throws it down. It'll be useless in 3 days.
It's eating the midichlorians.
Yeah, it's replacing them. And she's like, look, and then you can see in that area, it's like a dark blue background with these lights that are going out, but they're not going out. They're turning pitch black.
What's that?
I don't know.
Does
I don't know.
say?
It doesn't read on the Rita. This blood's useless.
Well, I mean, I think if we're being honest here, like the draw of saying you're using Jedi blood is that people are like, I'm drinking Jedi. Like they don't know, they don't know.
The people who pay for that, no.
Okay.
I can't just go around fencing.
Sure, no. Yeah, and I would hate for the Dark Star to unshine on you.
But where did you get this?
I have my sources.
Well, you should never show this to anyone again. I'm not going to tell any. She breaks it up and then throws it in a disintegrator. I never saw it. I never saw you. I don't know you.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Well, good talk. Thank you for the drinks. They're very heavy. I'm getting a good arm workout.
She pushes 1,000 credits across the table, and she's like, "You never saw me either."
I sure didn't. And he'll be like, "Okay, I gotta go."
The door opens up. She goes, "Enjoy the rest of your stay."
Yeah, totally. I will. The last thing you hear is like, "Boy, give me another round for everybody."
Make sure to try the complimentary dewback pot stickers. They're delicious.
I'll do that. Thank you.
And right before the door closes, you can see her demeanor completely change, and she's just looking at you like partial like disgust and anger. The other part is just fear. It's straight up like,
okay,
God, I hope this doesn't get brought back to me.
Cool. Yeah. Honk will just order around for literally everyone in the bar with the little black chip thing, and then he'll go back.
Lloyd looks at it and goes, "I'm sorry, sir, but this has been denied. Your line of credit has been shut off.
Oh.
You could always work it off. You're in the Overlook.
Who do you keep looking? I won't, but thank you. I'm gonna go back to I'm gonna go somewhere else now.
Enjoy.
I will enjoy being elsewhere. And he'll like hurry back to the
What'd you say, Colin?
He's always been there.
He's always been there. Lloyd's always been there and he'll always be here.
I've been here the whole time.
I don't think Ryan is at all getting the reference that I'm so heavy-handedly smashing against.
I was making a different reference.
Oh, nice.
He will he'll hurry back to the cabin. And,
anything all of you want to do?
So when are we leaving?
Yeah, anything you all want to do before you leave?
Could I set a little scene?
Of course.
All right. So I'm sheepishly walking back to the ship, having fled the sabacc tables, when out of the corner of my eye, I hear someone kind of, it sounds like someone's talking to me. I turn. It's a guy in a big trench coat. And he's like, hey, the big guy. Come over here for a second. Next thing I know, lights out. Where am I? I don't know. Will you guys be able to find me?
Okay. Serix, it takes a while. You wake up. You're in a large like side room to a suite, and you see the trench coat guy getting paid, and he leaves, and you can't see exactly who's paid them at first, and then they kind of step into view. And it's someone in a ISB uniform.
Oh, no.
Well, hello there. I figured it was time you and I had a chat. I've been keeping my eye on you, Serix Opella.
How do you know my name?
It's my job to know people's names, to know their history, to know who they travel with, especially when they're traveling with wanted individuals.
I'm not traveling with anyone of any sort. You know me.
Serix, I really hope that the blow that was struck to your head didn't knock you stupid. So
That remains to be seen.
Don't act like I'm stupid either. Let's just have a conversation.
All right.
At least this way, if you decide to disclose this to your compatriots, you can frame it any way you choose. You were hoodwinked, attacked, and you didn't say anything to anyone because you're a stand-up guy.
This is true.
You're not the kind of guy who would dress up like his former employer, pass himself off as something he's not. That's not you, Serix. You're a stand-up guy. But you know what else?
Any of that.
But you know what else stand-up guys do?
Live long lives, have grandchildren.
It's exactly what they do. They recognize opportunity when it comes and, well, knocks them over the head. I don't care about you, Serix. You're a small fish in a very, very, very large pond. But you have access to big fish.
What are you saying?
Well, I figure you and I can do a little business.
If I don't do this business? Let's get that out of the way.
Nothing.
I can just get up and go.
You can. But I will tell you, unfortunately, the next time we meet or you meet one of my associates, there won't be a conversation and you won't get to live that long life with grandchildren.
All right. What are we talking about?
Well, I want to know what's going on. Currently, your allies are interesting to the ISB. So I just want to know what you know. And I want you to know what they know.
All right. Well, where to begin? I licked a rock.
He says, "Oh no, I'm pretty good up to this point. But I want you, basically, you're going to do weekly check-ins with me. And I'm going to ask questions and you're going to give me answers. And you're going to be honest, because if I do find out you're being dishonest with me, Serix, I'm going to tell your compatriots that you're a spy. And I'm going to give them evidence of that. And then I don't think the matron will shoot you. I think it'll be far worse than that. Have you done any research on these people?" He slides a data pad across to you, and it's like this wanted poster of the matron and a ungodly list of crimes. And a lot of them are way worse than you were led to believe initially. Then there is a redacted style post about Owen Draz. You see a picture of Owen in an ISB uniform, and you see like a bunch of shit. And then a picture of Honk Khaleesi, and there's a bunch of things about like medical malpractice, selling unspecified meat products to Rondell.
What? No, he's just a guy.
Mel is a dirty liar, and I got
just
the
a
receipt.
guy. We're so nice. Ooh, woo.
I'm the hostage.
I mean, I'm guilty as charged.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like when you see Owen's ISP picture, he's just like, it's like that work badge that no one, it's the look you give out. It's the look right after you think they took the picture of your work badge where you're like, fuck me.
Yeah.
It's like, I have information. I have sources everywhere. But you know what I don't currently have, Serix? I don't have someone in the room.
How will I be able to keep contact with you even? They'll be watching me like a hawk.
Well, I'm not exactly sure where you all are based out of currently. I know it's somewhere. And I know that there's a lot more than just the four of you, that you're a part of a larger group of dissidents. I don't know everything, but I know quite a bit. So the way you're going to stay in contact with me is a series of burner comlinks.
Right.
If I don't hear from you every 7 cycles, I'm going to assume you're either dead or that you've decided that you're going to renege on our deal. At that point, I'm going to release the fact that we even had this conversation, which is recorded.
Well, looks like I got my back up against the Sarlacc pit here.
I like to think you have your back up against opportunity. Do well, and you'll be compensated for it. And I'm not just talking about expunging your criminal record.
What guarantee do I have that you just won't jettison me out into space like a piece of trash when I complete this?
You don't. But I'll tell you what. Why, if you've done right by me, why would the Empire not do right by you?
Fair point. The Empire is power. Power is rule.
And let's also be honest. Why would I waste that into an airlock? When we can just set you up somewhere and you can pump out those children and grandchildren, and then we can enlist them at some point. The Empire's not going anywhere, Serix. No matter what your friends think, we're just not.
What if, say, somehow I was given, say, some governance over a smaller planet?
He laughs and says, no. I could maybe see the possibility of you working for system governor in some, let's be honest, Serix, in some minimal capacity.
Looks like you have a deal there, mate.
He shakes your hand. He holds it, and he does the wrestling pull you back in thing.
Oh, fun.
He says, Serix, don't mess this up. This is an opportunity. I have no reason to lie to you about that. This is for you to set things right with the government. This is an opportunity for set things right for yourself. And in the end, you'll get that life you wanted. You're not a criminal. Well, you won't be after you do this. Let's be honest. You've never been a good criminal. It's kind of surprising you've lived this long. But I see that less as denigrating you, and instead it's a compliment, because what it's shown me is you're a survivor. So take this opportunity to survive, and then after you've done that, take the opportunities I gave you to thrive. He lets go of your hand, he smiles, and he slaps you on the shoulder, and he says, he pushes over a burner comlink. He says, I look forward to our first conversation.
I reach out and I really awkwardly like caress his cheek, and I say, I won't let you down.
He smiles, and when you do that and you look over his shoulder, you see two stormtroopers,
Oh shit!
like just in the shadow of the room with their blaster rifles, and you can see he put his hand up, like, nope, don't shoot him. And he says, I hope you don't either.
Wait, one more thing.
And then he smacks you on the ass as you walk out.
Wait. One thing, please.
Get out there, champ.
Could you make it look like I was in a struggle?
He goes from like kind of thoughtful for a second, like, oh, I don't know, and then he punches you right in the nuts. And as you're down on the ground, he waves the two stormtroopers in, and they beat the living shit out of you.
At the end, I'm like, can they get me to the front of the ship?
He actually has porters come in, and he says, you can drag this man.
Make it look real pathetic.
You guys all hear a beep at the door, and there's two porters, and they are dragging Serix. And he looks like he needs to be in a back to tank.
I spit up a little bit of blood.
No, you spit up some teeth. I mean, they beat your ass.
Help me. My teeth are missing. I need some soft food.
They weren't porters. They were lift droids.
Honk, you gotta help me. Heal me, Honk. Heal me, Honk.
I just laughed so hard my back popped.
Oh no.
Oh, see, there's so much.
Yeah.
That's two patients that won't say it. What did you do?
I touched the guy in the face, and then he beat the shit out of me.
Okay, well, that sounds like your problem. That's a you issue.
You need to help me
Stop.
get to my bunk.
Oh Lord, I
Well,
don't even know what's happening anymore.
If
I just want to lie down.
okay, did they hit you in the head a lot?
They hit me in the head, they hit me in the
Oh.
bones, they hit me in the ribs, they hit me in the butt, they hit me everywhere.
Honk will walk up, and he'll shine a little flashlight in his eyes for too long,
Oh,
and he is like, oh,
I feel like now Serix made the right decision to betray you assholes.
you got a concussion. You can't actually sleep right now, or you'll die. You have to stay awake.
You're also, Honk, you're looking at him. He does need a back tank.
So
I'm pretty sure his jaw might be broken. I'm giving a look at the way his posture and the way he's hurt. You think he's got some broken ribs, maybe a broken sternum?
he'll
Like, he's fucked up pretty bad.
once he kind of realizes that he's not faking it a little bit, he's not doing it for the drama, he will sit him down on like his bed, like, get away from, don't get your blood on the stuff, just sit up here. Like, he'll put the pillows in a way where he's like in that proper position that won't swallow his own tongue in case he bit it off while he was getting his ass kicked or whatever. And like, he'll fix him up like as best he can.
thank you, Honk. Honk, are you my friend?
Oh, you shouldn't be talking.
Well, you my friend though.
What?
You're very important.
I can't hear you. There's so much gauze in your mouth right now, and I'm about to put in more.
Okay, that's okay.
What happened? Why did you get beat up? He'll take enough gauze out so he doesn't have to do that.
Fair.
I was minding my own business, and these guys came up with me, and they hit me real hard in the face. They hit me real hard all over the place.
You just got roughed up by some space tourists.
The Imperials. I said, "Hey, Imperials, how about you go to the shooting range?" And they didn't want that at all.
Or maybe. Okay, is that the whole story though?
Yeah.
Is it? Is it the whole story?
Okay. I'll plan some box. And the manager came up to me. He's like, "What are you doing here?" I was trying to play a game. And then what happened next? This guy said, "Hey, you're a high roller." I said, "Yeah, I am a high roller." And then next thing I know, he's like, "Hey, you gotta put your ship up for collateral." I said, "I'm not gonna do that. I'm a good guy." And then all these guys came out of nowhere and they punched me and they made me over. And I got one.
He just injects. He just stabs a a stim bag into his shoulder that's just filled with saline, and he's like, "All right, this is truth serum. So I'm gonna need you to just tell me what actually happened here, because I would really prefer that what happened to you not happen to me." And I feel like
I love the
odds
fact
are
that Super
low.
Spike and Shan are just dying.
I literally am like trying not to piss myself.
Okay, what happened was I was walking down the hallway, and this guy with a treasure coat said, "Hey, big fella, come over here." So I said, "Okay, what you gotta show me?" Next thing I know, I'm out. And this other guy came in and he said, "Hey, get out of here." And I said, "Okay." And then these other guys, like, you just came and started punching me in stormtrooper outfits. I don't know if they're really stormtroopers though. And then I said, "Can you bring me back to my ship, please?" And they said, "We're gonna have to drag you." And I said, "Let me walk with dignity." Because they wouldn't. Hurts. Honk it hurts real bad.
Well, it's gonna hurt for a really long time. That's just how pain works.
Now
There's
you're
nothing
gonna
you
put
can
me
do
in
about
a
it.
plastic thing. Why am I sitting here? Where's the plastic thing?
You're concussed.
I
You
don't
gotta
want
sit.
to. My ribs hurt.
Just he will. He's gonna put the gauze back. He's like,
Just like I just picture him like slowly shoving it back in his mouth. He's like, "My nose broken." He's like, "Just quiet."
Star Wars Boomhauser. I'm sorry. What? Shaggy, you are killing me, bruh. Oh my god.
Yeah, okay, Honk is like, "All right, cool, you're good." He'll like
Are you
like
gonna actually do some medical treatment?
he actually like, while all that is going on, he is actually fixing Sarah's
You know it's gonna he'll be much better tomorrow. You have enough like Star Wars emergency medical equipment to like, but he was fucked up bad.
Yeah, that's why he was. So I think we're all in like one. We're like sharing.
You're like in a like central room with like bedrooms.
Oh, like the Saved by the Bell College years dorm room.
Yes.
Okay.
A quad.
So
I believe they call it a quad. I lived in a quad.
Yeah,
when I was a freshman.
Honk will like get Sarek situated, then he will go over to the matron's room and like knock or beep or whatever one does in the
Come.
Meet.
Yeah, she'll go in and wait for the door to close. And I'll just be like, hello. I don't know how much longer we'll be traveling together, or how long we'll be traveling with Mr. Opella here, but he is lying through his teeth about whatever fucked him up that bad. So just, like, I don't know if you're maybe better at extracting information than
How
I
do
am.
you know he's lying to you? That's what I'm curious about.
Honk is like, there is no way that someone without a vested interest went to that length to fuck this person up on a random cruise ship.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to have Sarex roll a manipulate roll, and I'm going to have Honk roll a read a person roll.
All right. Fair enough.
If it'll make you feel any better, I haven't trusted him since he lied about being a Mandalorian.
I haven't trusted him since I heard that no fucking accent come out of his mouth.
Ben.
Also 10.
Oh yeah, perfect. It's a wash. You don't like. You're just like, this feels like you said. This feels way off.
This feels really off. Like, because I mean, we're on a cruise ship, and he got like beaten like he owes somebody some money, which I feel like is a condition that Honk would be familiar with. So,
all right,
it just seems weird. He just seems weird. They really
I'm sorry. Hold on. Hold your tiny short rolled self for a second. What exactly happened? You said he got hurt, he got beat, he got into a fight.
I don't. Okay, sure. Here's what happened. TLDR version. So he gets dragged back here by some robots. All right, and the robots don't say nothing. I go to fix him up, and he is wrecked. He's got like broken ribs. He's missing teeth. He's bleeding everywhere. Like, they tuned him up. Like, he's saying it was some like, well, he had like 5 or 6 different stories, but like, they were all very like, oh, I was just minding my own business, and then somebody kicked the shit out of me for some reason. And like, it's too much. It feels like too much to be what he's saying. So I'm just saying.
Where is he now?
In the quad, the center quad.
All right.
Right.
Excellent. Okay. Can you just be here for 2 seconds?
I'm gonna wait in my room because I like it better.
Yeah.
But sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just figured maybe you'd want to have a conversation because my conversation wasn't as fruitful as I thought it might be. So
no, I appreciate that. And I appreciate everything you've done. You're great.
Sure, I know.
I appreciate it. As a matter of fact, here, I think I've got a lemon bar somewhere. Here, take one of these. I will go try to smooth this over.
I'm gonna go get a bucket and a mop because I know what smoothing over looks like.
I don't want to, okay, thank you for the thing. And I figured the rest of us didn't want to end up that way ourselves. So
no.
Have a nice night.
Yeah, you too. Thank you so much. Okay,
yeah,
we're gonna go. We're gonna go. Okay. Yeah. She just smiles big, and she's gonna go check up on Sarex and see how he's doing. So she's just gonna she's gonna tappy tap on his door. Door opens.
Are you here with the back door?
Hi, sunshine. How you feeling? I heard you had a rough day.
I had a real hard time today, Mama.
Yeah. Oh, why don't you tell me all about it? What happened? She kind of closes the door and walks over and just kind of takes a seat next to him. Tell Mom what happened.
Owen's gonna sit outside the door and just listen at the door.
Mhm.
Well, first, could I get a drink?
God damn it.
I'm gonna
Mhm.
give you something to my mouth. Why?
Yeah. Okay. You got some gauze in there, sweetheart?
A little bit. Feel good.
Okay. We can God damn it. We can leave that in for now. So what happened? Can you tell me who did this to you?
First is a guy in a coat, and then it was these, I think they were stormtroopers, and then I think some wolves.
Stormtroopers.
Yeah,
A guy in a coat and stormtroopers.
it was happened fast.
Happened fast. Oh, yeah, I
Oh.
bet. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. They're very fast, those stormtroopers. They're so quick. They're just so quick. And they're just so dangerous. Yeah. What
Well,
happened?
I got hurt.
Yeah. I see that.
Hurt me
That's
real
a-
bad.
That's a real
God
that's a
damn.
real shame. Where does it hurt the most? Can you show me?
Not here so much, or here so much, but right in here.
So she kind of like leans over and takes her hand and like puts them and like slides them along his rib right in here and like grabs and she's just smiling. Who was the man in the coat?
I don't know. He called me a big boy and it made me real excited, so I went over there.
Uh-huh. Did he have the stormtroopers with him?
No, they came later.
They came later. Ah.
Yeah.
But were
They
they
had a
with
real
him?
blanket party with me, and they just kept kicking me and hitting me and beating me up.
I'm gonna need you to slow down. Yeah.
Like,
Because you know what?
why are you making me relive this? The trauma is too much. It was
She's
so
gonna just
recent.
squeeze a little bit
Oh,
and then release.
I would like you to again roll that manipulate versus read the sitch, please.
Yeah.
12.
No. 9. I'm consistent tonight, if nothing else.
So, Matron, you're like, I'm not totally convinced, but I'm far more convinced than I was when Honk immediately came in. Like, you're like, I was pretty sure like me just putting the screws to him a little bit would break him because he's very breakable.
Yeah.
But he's not, like, you're like, I'm not sure he's lying. Like, he's telling me the truth about this for sure.
Yeah. Like, he may not actually have a clue.
Yeah, or maybe they just beat the shit out of him. Maybe he did something to instigate and didn't even realize it.
Yeah. She'll kind of like release and ease up a little bit in a way that like her touch suddenly actually is like soothing. And she'll kind of like give him a really puzzled look. And she's like, oh, God, you really are hopeless, aren't you?
That's what
Okay. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to set you up with some Bacta for the night. We're going to make sure that you're taken care of. And we're going to post someone up to make sure that you're protected for the night. Okay?
Protected from who?
Well, we don't want any more stormtroopers coming in here and roughing you up now, do we?
Okay. Okay.
I don't know what you've been getting up to. You go out and you immediately get into some kind of trouble.
I wanted to get a spaceship for myself.
Okay, darling, let me tell you something.
Why you make me talk so much with my person?
You don't. Okay, here's where you're gonna learn something I teach all of my kids. Silence is golden. Okay, so we're gonna play the shut up and listen game. This is where I teach you. I can teach you how to get a ship for yourself. Because the way you're going about it is all wrong. I can help you. But in order for me to help you, number one, you need to learn how to help yourself. Number two, you need to not do anything that is going to get me and mine into trouble. Do you understand me?
I don't try to get in trouble. It just finds me.
No, I understand that because sometimes
You did try to gamble a ship called IOU.
Yeah, literally, she's gonna like stare you and be like, "Honey, you tried to gamble a ship called IOU."
For kind of what?
No,
That being said, that is a kick-ass name for a spaceship.
it is, dude. If you actually get a ship, that better be what do you call it?
Oh, I wanted to call it the Furbus.
You're so funny. So here's what we're gonna do.
Oh, no.
You killed Ben. Game's over for the night.
You
are gonna
asshole!
just-
You caused water to go down my windpipe. You
I'm so sorry.
dick!
I'm so
Oh
sorry.
my god, that was so funny. Keep going.
So we're gonna make sure that you're protected for the night. We're gonna get you healed up, and then tomorrow, when we leave, I got some work I gotta do. You're welcome to come with me,
What are you
and
doing?
I will tell you when I feel like I can trust you.
Oh, but
Okay.
if you told me now, I have something to look forward to.
Do you want to learn how to get a ship?
Yeah.
She leans in real close. Then you have a reason to trust me. She backs up and she heads for the door. Get some rest and heal up. We got a busy day tomorrow and I got shit to do. She walks out. She's like, she literally just wants a babysitter and a hotel room with a hot tub. This is exhausting.
And Owen just kind of peeks his head in. And if you actually make her mad,
Yeah.
And then just head goes back. Like it's just the head comes down the side and then goes back up.
Sure. Anything else you guys want to do before you leave in the morning?
No.
All right.
Yeah.
Samara
good.
is waiting by the ship with just like a backpack.
Cool. Matron says absolutely nothing to her. She'll kind of like eye her as she like walks in, gives her a nod and kind of like does one of these. She
Nods
gets
back. She basically, you get the impression that she's had pretty good fall in line ship skills by working on this ship, and like goes right into that mode. You know, like okay, I gotta start from the bottom type of shit.
Good. The second she gets in, Matron will like chuck her stuff down. Start running immediate systems checks. I want everything up front. Triple checked. You run the systems at least 3 times. I want hyperdrive double checked. No questions asked. You find anything, you troubleshoot it. You don't just try to fix it yourself. You run it by me. Capiche?
So you as you're doing this about pre-liftoff check and everything you're going through, she comes to you eventually with the data pad and she shows it to you. Whoever installed your hyperdrive put a tracker on your ship.
Oh, fun.
She just goes, "Do you want me to?" She kind of looks at you and she goes, "Permission to speak."
Permission granted.
Captain, would you like me to remove? It's like she's trying to think how she should word this, almost like it's a D&D wish spell. Captain, would you like me to remove the device and put it somewhere else where it will become someone else's problem?
Eventually.
Would you like it removed? So what she means, she'll just take it out of the system so you have it, but it's no longer attached to the hyperdrive.
Yeah. Let's do that. Spike. Bruh. Harsh, chat. Harsh.
So everything checks out. You guys take off to Lost and Found. You pull it's exactly what you saw. It's this massive, almost like space low atmosphere parking lot on top, and there are tons of ships. And you land, and you're met by greeters who have converted B1 battle droids with them, and they basically, I'm an ideas man, Michael. Exactly. Remember, fuck Mountain. They let you know, like, leave your weapons aboard your ship. If you're found with hidden weapons, you will be dropped. And then they all look over to where the edge of the landing platform is, basically telling they'll throw you over the side of the station. Which you're like, oh, that'd be a bad way to die.
I mean, joke's on them. Matron's a mom, so like anything is a weapon.
Well, that's
she
the thing.
She coming on board with those chanclas. Like she's.
Then they open a case for each of you, and inside is maybe the finest crafted vibro knives you've ever seen. For the duration of your time in Lost and Found, but you're not being spaced. You're literally being tossed off this low atmospheric platform to your death.
I love the Expanse so much.
It was like the thing they did, the Thanagarians would do. Like, they would take your wings and they would throw you off of one of the platforms because it was like doubly humiliating because you couldn't fly your way out and you were falling. So it was like a horrible thing they would do on Thanagar. Anyway, they read you the rules basically. Once inside, there aren't any rules. Be prepared to defend yourself, and anything you will not be defended by any of the staff of any of the businesses. Like, you're expected to take care of yourself, and if you handle somebody else, you kill somebody with a knife, they're dead. No questions asked. No prosecution, nothing. That's it. Otherwise, enjoy Lost and Found.
I'm making sure Samira stays on the ship.
She's like, kind of almost has that like giddy, like, oh, but I want to go. But she doesn't talk back. She goes, okay. So she lugs all your guys' weapons and shit back on board. She's just like, I'll wait here.
Yeah. And she'll literally tell her, like, we don't come back in 24 hours. You take the ship and you leave.
Shug looks at you and she's like, but you kind of see for the first time that realization set in of like, oh fuck, they might die. And it completely, like, she goes stark pale. And she goes, oh, okay.
And Matron just kind of like stares at her, like dead set.
She goes, oh, this. She's like, here. She hands you a handful of block codes. I didn't think the passengers would need them anymore.
Helpful.
And I was leaving, so.
Appreciated. She kind of like just the whole like facade just stamps back on as she turns around. There's supper in the fridge. Make sure that you eat.
So you guys are brought down an elevator, and it's glass, and you can see all of the shit. You can actually see some of the containers getting moved. And what happens is like a blast shield drops, a container's moved out. You can actually see out, and then it's moved. It keeps reshaping like a maze constantly. And you come down into the spire. You're out in this wide open like oval, and like I said, it's like the Mos Eisley Cantina by way of a rave. There's just people like of every walk of life, just like getting fucking down. You're able to kind of like scan around. Mosh Eisley's really fucking good.
I can't claim it. It's the name of an actual group.
That's real good. So you're able to kind of get a read on where Microtechnologies is, where they're like this little outlet office is. And as you guys are kind of figuring this out, the area where you're out, people start clearing away from you, like when a mosh pit clears away, which is generally not the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
And you hear a voice that you have not heard in a very long time say, "You got a lot of nerve showing up here."
Oh God.
Matron, you turn around, and there is a very large, but like in the span of like tall and broad shoulders, but with like kind of a pot belly, like look at you, and he said, it's a Carcadone captain. He's got like the captain's epaulets and everything, and you recognize him immediately. And he walks over, he looms over you, and everyone everyone's like, oh shit. He's got his dagger in his hand. And he turns it off and he goes, "Lemon!" And he grabs you and squeezes you really tight. He goes, "Look, we found Lemon." And that's where we're going to end.
Oh God.
Lemon.
Unpopular.
Everyone go around the table. First of all, I hope you guys had fun. I had
So fun.
It was fun.
God.
Go around the table, introduce. Tell me who you are, who you be with, what you got going on.
Well,
I am. Oh, or you? Me?
Go ahead.
Who?
Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
Colin, you know me, Creeping Colin on our Spoop Troop, our Spoopy show. Thursdays, we're doing that this Thursday to watch along. Everyone is invited to join in. We're going to be firing up the Tubi machine and watching Silent Night, Deadly Night 5. You got Mickey Rooney. You got a life-size puppet that's missing parts. You know what I mean? It's awesome. Otherwise, you can find me opposite weeks on Tuesdays doing Meng on Meng. I'm on the Lego end of things. Ben is on the cool custom action figs. Star Wars every month. And yeah, I pop up from time to time doing other things. So yeah, check me out. Creeping Colin on all the socials for the most part. So yeah. Ooh, oh, the bed. So that's me.
I am Richard. You can find me sometimes here on Bad at Games, sometimes here on Wednesdays for wellness checks. Eventually on a Monday that's not Star Wars, you will see me. That's coming soon.
Oh, I got something to bring up about that here pretty quick.
Otherwise, you can find me on Twitch, ONY_Draz. Same with Twitter. Same with Blue Sky. Just you can find me.
You can find me falling asleep because daylight savings time is freaking stupid. I'm Shan, aka the Rainbow Beach, BEECH. You can find me all over the socials under that handle. You can catch me here for Wellness Wednesdays, occasionally for Bad at Games. You can also catch me on Down and Outlands, where I'm multitasking as 11-year-old artificer Charity Beaumont, and also the nimble right Savannah, who's going to be going on some adventures. And you can also catch me here for Star Wars and some other places. And then I'll have some fun announcements down the road for some other cool stuff coming up that I can't say anything about it yet because it's still in the development phase, but it's pretty cool. So I'll be real stoked to talk about it down the road.
You too, Mitch.
Hell yeah.
Mitch.
Hey, Mitch. I guess it's me. I'm Warrior. You can find me on Instagram at WarriorMN. You can find me on Blue Sky at Just Warrior. Not just Warrior. Warrior, the word, not just Warrior. So Warrior without the MN. That was very clear. You can find me here for Star Wars as the galaxy's best worst medic. And you can also
find
me. What was that?
And find purveyor of meat.
And find purveyor of meats. You can also find me on Down in Outlands, where I play Monty. He's just a little guy, and he's older now. He's double digits now.
Everybody 4 years older.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Monty's 13, the worst age, and I also there. Play a big dog. Big dog.
4 years older?
4 years older.
Oh my God, Charity's 15.
Mm-hmm.
Whole buckets.
Yeah. Which brings me to what I think I sent this out via Messenger, but I'm going to bring it up again.
Good.
Is everyone available on the 25th? I know Cassandra and Ryan are.
Think so? Yeah.
You're unmuted, Draz.
You have got to stop that, dude.
I should be.
Okay. Because I sent it out. I don't know if you guys had a chance to look at it, but I would like to do the quiet year.
Yeah.
At night on stream. I rigged it up for the Storm Song, Shadow War of Storm Song, which also, if you review it and you see things you would like to change or adjust, reach out and let me know. Nothing's put in stone.
Nice.
And if you've never seen anybody play it, the McElroys used it to build Ether Seed.
Yeah. Okay, super cool.
Yes,
That's
and it's
dope.
it's literally just flipping cards over and then prompts. So yeah, and the last year, the 4th year, that's what we're using it for. I'm basically saying that the Shadow War took a whole year.
Perfect.
So, all right, I am your King Ginger, your friend, your brother, your undercover mother. I am here again Wednesday for Wellness Wednesday. My jaw's feeling pretty good, so I plan on being there for it, even if I'm on my lonesome. If I'm not, that's even better. Then Thursday, Silent Deadly Night 5. Mickey Rooney, the poor man's Wilford Brimley.
I'm excited about that. I'm very excited about that. You said that. That was amazing. I like it.
And then Friday, Bad at Games, it's gonna be a Fang Bang.
I forgot about that.
We're playing V Rising, Colin's first time. We're just doing hey Colin, this is the game. And then eventually, once a month, we're gonna play, and we're actually gonna play rate characters and play through. We're gonna, don't Google that, is what we learned on Sunday morning. Everyone Googled it, it was bad. It's a Fang Bang Gang. We'll be playing vampires, building our vampire castle, probably eating some bears, and maybe eating and or enthralling some villagers. I like V-Rising a lot. It's way fun with people.
Yeah.
And I haven't been playing it for a while. It's got like 3 things that I've even seen. There's a whole like Frankenstein area now. So yeah, it's a great game. We'll have fun playing it for like an hour and a half. Setting the stage for next month when we start doing it. Like I think we said we're doing it like the 3rd Friday. We'll do it on the 5th. Will be our first one. We'll do it on the 1st Friday of every month.
All right.
Will be our officially be the Fang Bang. Fang Bang Gang will get together and we will be horrible creatures of the night. I'm not promising I'll speak with a Dracula accent all the time, but it could happen.
Nice.
So anybody who wants to be in on that, and if you have V-Rising, I think it's like $20 now, so it's pretty cheap. Super fun. It's kind of like Valheim, but you're vampires. So you're like,
it looks gorgeous. It looks fun.
It's Valheim if you were the bad guys and you had to stay out of the sun. So there's a lot of like, oh, I want to do stuff in the sun, but I got to run between all the shadows and stop along and eat everything I find. Every piece of wildlife is now fuel. Yeah, it's great. I really, really enjoy it. And like I said, you can enthrall people. You can turn people. You get to build this fucking gigantic castles. Yeah, it's literally like any crafting game except for like the most vampire themed possible. So yeah, there's like a billion crafting tables for like, oh, I got a thing that just makes rats. So like early in the game when you have no food, you're like, I'm just gonna eat all these fucking rats.
And like any crafting game I play with you, you're probably gonna be like, Colin, are you dead? And I'll be like, yeah.
Oh no, we'll be real careful because we are super squishy as the vampires at the beginning. We are frighteningly squishy.
Ooh, I'd be so fun to play with.
Also, what I found out the first time I played this is you can't eat skeletons. We ran into skeletons and I got murdered real fucking fast. So it's a good time. Like it's really fun. So all right, thank you guys so much for being here for Star Wars. I hope you have fun. I laughed real fucking hard and had a blast. And yeah, we did some wild stuff. And we ended on a super fun thing. So we'll see you on the 2nd Monday of the month in April for Star Wars. Next Monday, Chaos Scar. So far, I only have 2 players signed up. So if anyone wants in and hasn't played yet, you got to start at first level, but it'll probably be fun. I'm sure John Senegar will sign up unless there's an AEW pay-per-view, since he's now working for AEW. So I swear to God, that guy was like, hey, I can't do it this week. I'm at NXT. And I'm like, okay. And then he was like, next week, and he was like, can't do it either. I'm at AEW.
Oh my God.
I was like, did you say you're at AEW? He was like, no, AEW.
AEW.
I'm going to AEW.
I love root beer.
At AEW.
Zane is literally one of my favorite people to play D&D with. So yeah,
Zane's great.
He's so funny.
He's awesome, dude.
And now that he's got that necklace of teeth that he can turn into little teeth monsters.
What?
Oh, I thought you meant like a literal necklace. I was like,
he's constantly trying to like. By the way, Warrior, holy shit, put the guns away.
Oh, sorry.
I'll have to call the
NRA.
Right?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to register those deadly weapons. Fuck, dude.
Sorry. I forgot I was wearing I have this. I thought it would be cool. It's like this Keith Haring like muscle tee I got from.
Ooh, yeah, dude, you look awesome.
Urbane Outfitters last year.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's like it's got a like cool like.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't wear it very often because it's too close to my skin color. It's like it feels weird doing it. Like have you ever seen like there's this I had a neighbor in Seattle who used to do it, and I see it more here with like women wearing like jumpsuits, but they're like it's very flesh colored, and so like from a distance you're like, are they naked? Like what's going on? And then you get close and it's like, no, you're just wearing a tight flesh colored outfit.
You're just wearing flesh
I have a muscle tee that's like that, and I wore it out to Target, and you would have like everyone was like, "What the fuck?" Like I was like, "No, it's a shirt." It's like, it was. Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Target.
But
It's on
Warrior,
Target.
seriously, you're killing it, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Get some sleep. It's Monday. Tomorrow's Tuesday. You're
I'm
gonna
so
go out there
excited.
and you're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
kill it. You're all gonna do awesome. I
Wait,
command it.
is bad at games at 7 or 8? I'm
7.
buying D Rising right now. I'm going to see if I can play it. I hate playing things on my computer, so I'm going to see if I can get my.
It's so good, Ryan.
I know it looks like a game I would like. It's just I hate playing things on my computer. So I think if I have other people to play it with, and
Yeah.
if my Xbox controller will work, okay, then
Yeah, it
okay,
will. It will.
I can make it work. I
I
can
might,
make it work.
I might pick it up.
It's
Is it-
definitely controller compatible.
Cool. Is it? So it's sorry. Is it 7 or 8?
7.
7. Okay, I might be there.
Yeah.
Do it.
Hell
I
yeah.
might.
Do it.
Stop
do
peer
it.
pressuring me.
Do it. Do it.
All right. Remember, Wednesday, we got your back. All right. Have a good night. Thank you guys. You're
Oh,
the
yeah.
best.